Welcome to the SOULFIRE podcast, where healing is raw, truth is sacred, and your story gets to burn and rebuild in the same breath. I'm Power Coach Alicia, pattern breaker, soul mirror, fire starter, and the unapologetic voice of the burn it down and rise anyways revolution. We don't fluff your wounds, we don't filter your truth, and we don't water down healing so that people stay comfortable. You've spent way too damn long proving your worth to people who only love the version of you that stayed small, quiet, and convenient. If you've ever swallowed your truth to keep the peace, shrunk yourself to stay chosen, or disappeared in your life, this season isn't just a reset or another motivational podcast. This is where you reclaim your voice, your fire, and your fucking self. I'll give you the truth that heals, frameworks that hold, and soul codes that will change how you live, lead, love, and rise. Lovey, come forward. It's time for you to embody your wholeness. And I'm not only leading this season, I'm living it right beside you. Let's fucking go. Most of the time in life, your soul recognizes truth long before logic catches up. And this can be months. Like your soul knows, you make a decision, you're set, you're staunch, and then you go back on it the next day. And then things happen, life unfolds, your journey moves, you choose different things. And then before you know it, you're back at that point where the decision that you made and then went back on, you're now making that solid decision, closing that door and moving full steam ahead. Now, what happens is you can tend to beat yourself up because you're like, I should have just fucking da-da-da-da-da-da. If I would have just da-da-da-da-da, that's moot. You didn't because you weren't ready. Your soul knew the truth. Your soul knew the decision, but your logical mind hadn't caught up to that yet. Like your soul knows and then your mind catches up. And the problem is you call that confusion. But the truth is you're actually experiencing a sacred knowing arriving before the explanation. And again, because this sacred knowing arrives, and when you don't trust yourself, when you aren't in your rhythm, your flow, and your calibration, then you also require the explanation to match that in order to move. See, over time, what ends up happening as you step into yourself is your soul will have this sacred knowing of the truth and what the best move is for you now. You'll hear that, you'll see that, you'll know it, and you'll pause to calibrate your mind, to bring your mind into your body, to connect those things, and to really, give yourself that permission, like we were talking about in the past episodes. Give yourself that validation, right? And also help yourself understand logically why this is the move. You want to know what the key is between knowing, seeing, deciding, and sticking to it, and knowing, seeing, deciding, and changing your mind. You want to know what the difference is between those two things? Is slowing the fuck down. When the knowing happens and the truth is here and you've made the decision, and then your nervous system freaks the fuck out over the loss, the pain, the comfortability, what you know, whatever the fuck it is. When your nervous system freaks out, instead of reneging on your soul truth and what you know is what is best for you, fucking stop. Slow the fuck down. Your job is to regulate your nervous system because you trust your truth. Not change what you've decided because your nervous system can't handle it. Your job is to regulate your nervous system because you know your truth. Not change your decision to calm your nervous system. Most times you will change your decision to calm your nervous system because you think your nervous system firing is telling you, oh, I can't do that right now. That's not best for me right now. No, that's what you made it mean. Your nervous system is always just feedback that a decision that you made, an environment that you're in, something that someone said or did has made you feel unsafe. That is no reason to make radical changes. Okay? First and foremost, trust yourself. What is it saying? Well, I'm scared. I've never done this before. I'm scared. This is all I know. I've known. I'm scared because what if I fail? I'm scared because I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. I'm scared because he makes all the money. I'm scared because I'm too old to go back to school. I'm scared because what if I'm not making as much money so we can't do as many things, but I'm happier? What if I'm not happier because I'm not making enough money? Your nervous system is just feedback. It's not the place you make the decision from. And every fucking time you make the decision from your nervous system in collapse and firing, it's the wrong decision. Don't make that decision yet. If you make a decision and it fires your nervous system, and when you made the decision, you felt grounded and connected and empowered, then you know you made the right decision. If you make a shit decision from yourself and it fires your nervous system, it's not the moment to renege on that decision either. It's first the moment to pause and regulate, then move. Pause, regulate, then move. And then in the move, it's just deciding. Are you just surrendering and let what be is? Is there some work that your soul is calling for you to do? Or do you need to go have a conversation with someone? Are you being called to do that? Pause, regulate, then move. And is the move surrender? Is the move action for yourself? Or is the move having a conversation with someone? This May series is the sacred yes. And we're going into what happens when you start trusting what your soul already knows and then actually moving from that place of trust. So this whole entire series for May, which is 5 episodes, are going to help you start trusting what your soul already knows and actually moving from it. We're going into what it actually looks like to trust yourself and to move from your knowing while you stop overriding what your soul has been showing you the entire time. Your nervous system is not the place to make your decisions from. It's just feedback to pause, regulate, and then move. Okay? So over the next 5 episodes, we're going to be walking this all the way out. All right? We're going to go into the difference between what your soul knows and what your mind tries to control and how that's been shaping your decisions this entire time. We're breaking open the frequency you've been building from and why things can look right, but still feel off. See, that's when you would make the change. It looks right, but it feels off. Or it feels right, but it looks off. We're going to go deeper into the story that's been running your relationship with money and how that's been setting the ceiling without you even realizing it, right? Because we all have money ceilings. Why they're there and at that threshold, that's what we're looking at. And we're going to get really real about what alignment actually looks like in business. Because remember, alignment in soul manifests outside in your life. So if you're not aligned in your soul, you wouldn't be aligned in your business, right? So we're going to be looking at how it shows up in your decisions and your energy and your movement. And then we're landing in what happens when you stop overriding yourself. When your knowing actually leads you and everything in your life starts organizing around that truth. So that's what we're doing over the month of May, okay? This series is your actual shift. So today we're talking about your soul knew it before your mind did, right? And again, your soul might know it before your mind does, but if your mind is freaking out, which is causing nervous system issues, and you change your mind, you're actually going against your soul, and that kills your soul. Pay attention to this. Your soul always speaks first. However, your soul knowing, it rarely sounds loud. Sometimes mine does if I'm not listening, but it rarely sounds loud. It arrives as this like inner quiet certainty and this resonance within your body that just vibrates. It's like fucking A, right? That subtle pull towards something true, and you know it's fucking true. Now, because logic is a lot louder, that's when you tend to override it, and that's when you think your intuition is unreliable. Pay attention to this. Intuition and anxiety feel different in the body, okay? Anxiety rushes, right? It's like a flood of a feeling. But intuition, it feels settled. Now, why you could get fucked up is if you're used to living in anxiety and in these rushes and all these fucking things triggering you, that's your norm, that's your comfort zone. That's where you think you're in rhythm, flow, and calibration. So when you feel settled, That's when you go, oh, something's wrong. This isn't good for me. This isn't right for me. This isn't the best choice for me. But the truth is, your default mode is in anxietying, right? Instead of trusting your intuition. And the intention throughout May is to recalibrate that and calibrate yourself to your intuition. Remember, anxiety creates contraction and restriction and tightness. And your soul knowing is going to create this inner steadiness. It's like, okay, I got this, right? Learning that distinction will change everything for you because once you know the difference, then decision making becomes cleaner. And even though your nervous system might be firing, you're trusting that when you made that decision, the way that you felt when you made that decision. The second guessing, all of that comes after is your nervous system firing. That's just a different part of you, like we've been talking about. I'm reading the book Align Your Mind by Britt Frank. That's just your nervous system saying, hey, I don't feel safe. This isn't our normal thing. I don't know what to do. Your job is to honor that. Your job is to see it. Your job is to feel it and give it that safety. And that's giving it that safety isn't changing your mind. It's showing yourself that you are safe in trusting yourself instead of showing yourself that you are unsafe by trusting yourself and that your anxietying is what's leading the show. Now I call it anxietying instead of anxiety because anxiety is final. Anxietying is like it's an action. It's what the energy is that you're in right now. It's like I don't say depression, like, or that you're depressed. It's that you are depressive. You're in a depressive state, right? It's a depressive moment, right? When you start shifting this, instead of I am this, a part of me feels like, instead of I have anxiety, I am anxietying in this moment, right? Like instead of I am depressed, this is a depressive moment. A part of me feels depressed. A part of me feels highly anxious. A part of me feels angry. Not I am angry. I am anxiety. I am depressed. I am creates what is. I feel removes you from that, right? It's a separator from an identity. Okay, and this is one of the most beautiful things that your birth chart reveals is how your soul is designed to receive guidance, right? From the inside out and the outside in. And your chart shows you how your intuition naturally reaches you and where your fear interrupts it and how to trust your own inner knowing. And I build all of this out for you inside of the personalized birth chart soul and wealth course. And I decode all of that specifically for your chart broken down into 4 audio sessions. So the link is in the show notes. It'll take you over to the Queendom. Join at the VIP level and you're going to get the birth chart soul and wealth personal course, plus weekly group sessions with me, accountability sessions with my teammate Crystal. We do crowns and crafts and cocktails on Friday. You can hang out and do crafts. Like we have a really bomb ass community. So this is the place to start. Click the link in the show notes and join at the VIP level. One of the things that I want you to know is that many failures are actually misread soul signals. So many things you label as failure are actually soul redirections, right? Maybe it's a launch that collapsed or an offer that never felt right or just a relationship that, maybe felt disconnected or a position that you're in, that piece of it feels right, but another piece of it is draining your fucking soul. Like the opportunity that drained you, right? Sometimes your soul was protecting alignment, not blocking your success. So sometimes your soul, I want to say this again, was protecting that alignment, not blocking your success. So you might felt like you lost something that, you really thought was best for you, but your soul was like, no, for you to stay in alignment, you need this. I had a conversation with someone the other day that's like, and this happens because I listen. I think that people don't think I'm really listening because I talk a lot and I interrupt, but I am listening to everything that's been said. And one of the things that she said is that her job is draining the fuck out of her. So I had talked to her like a week before, and she had told me that she had had a breakdown and that she had just felt like she was drowning. And then I was talking to her again the other day, and she's like, my job is like really draining me. Like, I love the people that I work with and I love the work that I'm doing, but who I work for is killing me. And normally I would have interrupted her and told her her business. Like, then that's your soul calling for you to get a new job. But instead, I just waited, and she said, um, that she had been applying for new jobs. And I was like, that's exactly what your soul is calling for. Like, yeah, you love the people that you work with and you love what you're doing. But if who you're working for is killing your soul, that's all that matters. That's all you need to know. You don't stay because you love what you're doing and you love who you're working for, or excuse me, who you're working with. You go and find the full alignment, or you create it for yourself if it doesn't exist. So, and I didn't say all of that, but I'm telling you that, right? To tie the story into what we're talking about here. So then went off and did other things were going on. And then her and I started talking again. And she had mentioned like, um, something about us communicating while she was at lunch at work. And she goes, I don't ever take a lunch, but, and I looked at her and I said, oh, do you think that that's the reason why you're drowning? Boom. Right? Fucking listened. Oh, she's drowning. Do you think that's the reason why you're having breakdowns? Do you think that's the reason why you're overextended? Because you're not giving yourself any of the space that you need to reset? Now, I share this with you because she is you, you are her, right? I am you, you are me. We are all one. She operates like that, you operate like that, I operate like that at times, and it's about paying a fucking attention to that. It was this whole funny thing that happened between the two of us, and she like scrunched her nose up at me all cute and funny and just like gave me shit and like, I don't like you, go away, or whatever, that funniness, right? But she felt it. It fucking hit her like a ton of bricks. And when you trust your soul knowing, the way you move feels different. Business feels different. Relationships feel different. I told you a story in a past episode about uh, someone who did the Birth Chart Soul Wealth course, and it shifted her fucking like instantly. Instantly. Not days, times, weeks, years. Instantly. You want to supercharge? Do that. Go join the Queendom at the VIP level. Go do that. You want an instant shift? You want the quick fix, so to speak? You want to feel different now? You want to understand yourself different now? And you want to move differently now? It's the Birth Chart Soul Wealth course, because once you connect with yourself in that way, you can't disconnect. Now it's so fucking clear. Business feels different. See, when your soul leads, your choices simplify, your timing sharpens, your offers become way more truer and clearer and more powerful, because aligned decisions create cleaner outcomes. And this is where May begins. Soul trust before you move in business. If you don't fucking trust yourself, there's no fucking reason to build a business. If you don't trust yourself, there's no reason to be going to market for anything. If you don't trust yourself, fuck the branding. If you don't trust yourself, none of it matters. If you don't trust yourself, it doesn't fucking matter what your partner's doing, what your children are doing, what your family, your friends are doing. It's going to erode that trust even more and more and more, because you're giving people power that isn't theirs to have. You never give away your power. You never give away your power. If you've been with me in this podcast, we're at season 5. And if you started at the beginning, I talk about your personal power all the fucking time. It's never given away. And the second you do, you start collapsing your soul underneath that. Because your mind is meant to support. Your mind is meant to support your soul. So once you trust your soul knowing, your mind is meant to support that. But what happens is you let your mind override that. Fuck that. Your soul is meant to override your mind. If there's an override being done, it's your soul overriding your mind, not your mind overriding your soul. If you are an air sign, an astrology, an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini, this is an area that's calling you to grow, because air signs are very heady. But then if you have Virgo layered in there, that's going to add another layer to this. Yes, Virgo is an earth sign, not an air sign. However, Virgo is ruled by the planet Mercury, which brings in even more air and more energy, right? And so the challenge is you're used to operating from your mind first, and then your soul just has to fucking deal with it. And this is where you could maybe feel like you're not much yourself, if you're letting your soul lead and your mind is the secondary. And that's why I open this whole thing up with, when your soul decides, you never let your mind change the decision. You regulate you pause, you regulate, and then you move in a way that helps your nervous system learn and connect to the fact that trusting your soul knowing is how you move. Even if that soul knowing may seemingly look wrong, it was still right for what is meant for you and what's coming from that decision. Okay? The mind is the translator and the soul is the source. And so when the two of them work together, then your life becomes coherent. Things start moving in a way that you're like, what the fuck? Could it have always been this simple, this easy, this flowable? Yes. It starts with your birth chart soul wealth course. That's where it starts. So if this landed for you, you need to be inside the Queendom. Join at the VIP level. And in this community is where we do this work together, the soul work, the wealth work, the relational work, all of it. Click the link in the show notes. Join as a VIP. You're going to fucking love it. Okay? There's nothing like it. I promise you, you are going to love it. But for now, declare this. My soul leads first, and my life expands through the truth I trust. My soul leads first, and my life expands through the truth that I trust. My soul leads first, and my life expands through the truth I trust. Now remember this. You are worth it. You have always been worth it. And the world needs who you were made to be. So show up every single fucking day as the badass you are and slay. I'm Power Coach Alicia. We'll see you next time. Oh my gosh, Queen, thank you so much for being here, because we're all in this together through this journey called life. And if something landed for you today, if something moved inside of you in this episode and you felt that fire light the fuck up in you, then your next step is to step forward for yourself into the Queendom, because this is where we do this work together live every single month. The soul work, the healing, the wealth blueprint, all tied to your birth chart and your soul's design. So just click the link in the show notes to start your free 7-day trial and know that this castle was built for you. We will see you inside.